Hello students, in this video I am going to talk about the continuation of the male reproductive system. In the last video we have spoken about the structure of the testis, and now we are going to see into the structure of the testis. We have discussed in our last video that testis consist of testicular lobule, which consists of seminiferous tubules. Now this seminiferous tubules, if you look into the structure, is made up of germinal epithelium, and when we look into the germinal epithelium, they are the surrounding cells of this structure of seminiferous tubules, but they are actually not the true germinal epithelium. They are not actually the true epithelium of this seminiferous tubule, because they are extragonadal in origin. So when a question is asked that what is the true epithelium of a seminiferous tubule, it is not the germinal epithelium, because germinal epithelium is extragonadal in origin. But again, we can see here in between the germinal epithelium there are some conical cells present, and these conical cells are called as Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells are also called as sustentacular cells, or they are also called as nurse cells. Now they are called as nurse cells because they are providing nourishment for the growing sperm cells. When we look into this germinal epithelium give rise to spermatogonium, and this spermatogonium are the ones which are the first formed cells from this germinal epithelium, which will give rise to the spermatogenesis process. So spermatogonium gives rise to primary spermatocyte. This is the primary spermatocyte. Primary spermatocyte gives rise to secondary spermatocyte. Secondary spermatocyte gives rise to spermatid, and finally the spermatids get converted to spermatozoa. In between the seminiferous tubule, we can also see the presence of this interstitial fluid, where we find the presence of this very important interstitial cells called as Leydig cells or interstitial cells of Leydig. So these are the interstitial cells of Leydig which are found inside the interstitial fluid. Interstitial cells of Leydig is important because they are responsible for formation of very important hormone, that is the testosterone, which is mainly responsible for the process of spermatogenesis. So now if you are ever asked about what is the true epithelium or what is the true epithelium of the seminiferous tubule, then the answer would be the Sertoli cells and not the germinal epithelium, because germinal epithelium is extragonadal in origin. They are originating from the extramesodermal cells of the yolk sac, and as a result the Sertoli cells are considered to be the true epithelium of this seminiferous tubule. Now when we look into the entire process of spermatogenesis, we can see that the sperm cell arises from spermatogonium, which is coming from the germinal epithelium. This spermatogonium gives rise to the primary spermatocytes, and this primary spermatocyte gives rise to secondary spermatocytes, and this secondary spermatocyte gets converted to spermatid, and finally the spermatids get converted to spermatozoa. Conversion of spermatogonium to primary spermatocyte is by the process of mitosis, which results in the formation of 2n number of cells, and we can see that there are also some additional spermatogonium which are the additional spermatogonium maintains the spermatogonium number, and the remaining some of them also enter into the process of spermatogenesis. So in the process of spermatogenesis, spermatogonium by mitosis gets converted to primary spermatocyte, which is 2n, and primary spermatocyte by meiosis 1 is converted to secondary spermatocyte. Since it is meiosis 1, so it is a reductional division, so secondary spermatocyte is having half the number of chromosome, that is n, and then this secondary spermatocyte is converted by meiosis 2 to spermatid, which is again maintaining that n number of chromosome, and then sperm cells or spermatozoa is formed by the process of conversion, and this is again n. Now the entire process of conversion of spermatogonium two spermatid is called as spermatocytogenesis, and the process of conversion of spermatid to spermatozoa or sperm cell is called as spermiogenesis. Now, there is a very important question which is often asked in NEET. One primary spermatocyte can give rise to how many sperm cell? So the answer will be one primary spermatocyte will give rise to 4 sperm cell. And if the question is one primary spermatocyte gives rise to how many secondary spermatocyte? It is 2 spermatocyte. That is, one primary spermatocyte gives rise to 2 secondary spermatocyte. If they ask you a question that one secondary spermatocyte gives rise to how many sperm cell? It is 2 sperm cell. And if they even ask if one spermatid gives rise to how many sperm cell? It is 1 sperm cell. So there are questions which are often asked in NEET that how many sperm cell will be formed from primary spermatocyte, or how many sperm cells are formed from the secondary spermatocyte. So now by seeing the process of spermatogenesis, you can also come to the answer of how many sperm cells are formed by mitosis or meiosis. So with this, we are going to end today's topic. I'm going to continue with the male reproductive system in my next video. If you like this video, kindly like and subscribe in the subscribe and the like button.